Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue, and I am coming to you from my hotel room. Okay, yes. I took a much needed vacation. Okay, we're out of town for a family member's wedding, and we just got back from the wedding, sans the cuteness. Okay. And I just wanted to come and talk to y'all about Iyanla Fix My Life because Malorie Bailey was on there, which is Cynthia Bailey from Real Housewives of Atlanta fame. Her sister was on there talking about the pathology in their family and all what's wrong with them. And okay, so let's just get into it. On the surface, we got Malorie on this show trying to understand why her husband don't want her no more. Okay, they are going through a divorce. They are not together. Yet she is on here stone faced as the fuck like he's not answering my phone calls. I don't know what's wrong. I want to resolve this issue. I think we can work on it. He's not here. Therefore, y'all, we don't need to hear about Chris. Chris ain't here. So Chris don't want to make it work, Malorie. You need to understand that. The whole time Iyanla is trying to make her understand she needs to be more worried about what is going on within Malorie than worrying about Chris. But what we come to understand is that Malorie does not know who the hell she is. She has no personal identity. She's a wife, she's a mother, she's a sister, she's a daughter, but she doesn't know who she is as her own woman, which is why she was able to make a decision like marrying somebody who she really, didn't want to be with. It seemed like she wanted to be comfortable. She wanted to have a certain type of lifestyle, but she only knew him for 2.5 months before they eloped. And of course, she didn't invite her mom or Cynthia because she didn't want to hear the truth about how that might not have been the best decision. They've been married for 12 years and she hasn't heard or seen him in the past 5.5 months, and neither has her daughter, Madison, who's 25 years old and seems to be a little bit on the stepdaddy side. She said that her mama can hit below the belts, that her mama can be mean, that her mom does not take responsibility for her part in the drama. And I'm just like, oh, well, go ahead and read your mama, Madison. But what Iyanla wanted Madison to understand is that she needed to be clear about what was going on with her mom and her grandmom and what their family's pathology was, so she would not repeat their same mistakes. Because what goes on in their family is that people don't talk about things. And we could see that from the way that Cynthia's mom operates, okay? Cynthia's mom is 69 years old, and she has spent the greater part of her young years being abused. Whether it was by her family was apparently some sharecroppers, and they still pick cotton back when she was, born in the 50s. And if they didn't pick enough cotton, she would get beat. Her family was also very verbally and emotionally abusive. She probably didn't receive a lot of love, and therefore she doesn't have a voice, and she's comfortable with being abused. Because she was so comfortable with being abused, she stayed in various long-term abusive relationships and watched her daughters just have to deal with that. And Cynthia, being a person that looked at her mom and saw somebody who was weak, she wanted to be the exact opposite. So from then on, she took this position in their family as the head of the family, and it's not her position to take. It was supposed to be her mom's position, but because her mom didn't have the know-how or the inner strength to get past her inner demons, her pathology, she just repeated what her mom taught her. And Malorie in some ways repeated this same thing. They didn't speak on any real physical abuse, but something has to be wrong when it seems that you will marry somebody who you weren't really that in love with. Like, it just seems like she settled for him in some way because he was able to give her the lifestyle that she wanted. But yeah, hold up, my phone doing something, y'all. My phone look like it's trying to break out on me. I know it better hold on. All right. So let me see what else is going on. Iyanla said that she didn't know why Malorie was there because it seemed as if Malorie just she wasn't in tune with what was going on with herself in order to know what to ask of Iyanla. But Iyanla was just like, I'm just gonna see what I see, tell you what I see, keep it real, and then we can move from there and see, how this goes. And understanding that Cynthia and Malorie's mom was abused in such a way, you understand why she didn't really have a voice. Cynthia almost, I think, kind of resents her mom and her sister for making her take this position where she had to be the head of this household. She had to be the one that got them out of whatever their situation was. She had to take care of them, whether it was financially, whether it was emotionally. She had to be this person for them. And the mom is still sitting there, and I feel she's not really feeling her emotions. Malorie either. The whole time they were talking to Iyanla, I feel like Iyanla is trying to get Malorie to feel her pain, She even pushes Cynthia away from her so that she will have to deal with her pain on her own. And the only time she really had like this emotional almost break, it wasn't even really a break. It wasn't enough emotion for that, you know, to me. I just felt like she needed to go deeper. But what we did get from it was that she resents Cynthia because she's always had to live in Cynthia's shadow. Whether that was because Cynthia was a model, or because Cynthia was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, or just as a young girl, Cynthia made all their friends. She chose everything for Malorie. So Malorie never had to make any decisions on her own. She never had to have a strong personality. And because of that, she's been basically going with emotions based off of whatever superficial things she thinks that people want to see from her. They want to see her as pretty and well put together and in shape, and, you know, nice husband and beautiful daughter and hair well kept and clothes well kept and makeup on point. Like, that's what you want to see. But at the end of the day, like, you can tell that there is something missing in there. It's like, where you at, girl? Like, where are you in there? I feel like she's one of those people whose spirit is not awakened in their body. Like, they just kind of going through the motions. And while, you know, she has love for her daughter, she obviously loves her family, there's something not connecting in there somewhere, and she needs to work on that. Another thing is the daughter Madison has that too. The whole time she was talking to Iyanla, okay, and I understand that that just might be the way she is, but it made me feel like she wasn't really listening. That's what it made me feel like. It made me feel like in some type of way they weren't taking what Iyanla was saying seriously. And I would hate for that to happen, because she was absolutely right about their pathology. They very much are women who will go with the flow and act like things aren't messed up when things are messed up, which causes them to internalize and causes them to just be in pain for no damn reason. Okay, I just wanted to see if this was the highest, you know, highest light I could get. All right. What else is going on? You know, even though we had gotten through this process, you know, a good 30 minutes into it, it felt like Malorie was still talking about what her husband wants and what she felt about him, and this wasn't about him. But she had Malorie do an exercise with a bucket. Each bucket, it was 3 different buckets labeled having, being, and doing. And what she realized is she had more things in the having bucket than the being bucket or the doing bucket. And you have to have shit in the doing bucket so that you can be being some shit. Okay, so you have to be of service. You have to do shit so you can be of service. Everything isn't about having. And that's all Malorie has in her life. And even her daughter, when they had to go through an exercise that Iyanla gave every family member to like write about Malorie as if she was writing it for herself, and they all felt like they were missing pieces of her because she just hasn't figured out who she is. She doesn't know who she is, so she can't, you know, express that to her family members, and because of that they feel like there's a lack of closeness. And I can just see that. You can see that from times where she's been on the show, that if she's not being defensive or upset or curt or having some nasty stank ass attitude, which we know Malorie can have, if she's not doing that, then she's not really giving you much at all. She doesn't emote a lot, and sometimes that's okay, but sometimes it shows that that means something is wrong. So we talked about her being in Cynthia's shadow, and Cynthia not even realizing that that's what the position was that she really had to take. But when, you know, they talked to the mama, and the mama was like, you know, you don't have to take that spot no more. I'm going to be the head of the household. I'm going to be the head of the family. I'm going to do it. And Cynthia is like, that sounds good and everything, Ma. And I would love for that to happen if that's what would happen, but that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. You saying that, that's cute. That's cute and everything, Ma. But normally, I'm just going to go ahead and still be the person doing everything. Okay, so what else is going on? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cynthia. I understood where Cynthia was coming from. I felt like out of all of them, Cynthia is the most evolved. Cynthia is the most emotionally stable person in her family, it seems. Like, she seems to know a lot of these things already. She probably has went through her own therapy sessions and talked about these things, and, you know, is just trying to be of support to her mom and her sister because they still have things to work through. But one of the other things I thought was scary was the fact that the daughter did not know any of the things that her grandmother had went through, as far as being abused by several different husbands, being abused by her family. She just didn't know so much about what happened in her family, and I feel like that's so sad That is so sad. What type of relationships do you have with your daughter if you're not expressing to them the things that they should be warned about, the things that they should look out for in relationships? Like, I feel like my mom talked to me a lot, but she also showed me a lot. And because of that, I was able to notice certain things in relationships. And when you don't talk to your daughters as women, I feel like you're sending them out in the world with a blindfold on. Like, give them your wisdom so that they can be a better version of you. But I don't think that Malorie is intentionally not doing that. I just think, like her mother, she detaches. Like her mother, she internalizes. She hasn't even done the work to figure out who she is. And that is so sad. You can't, you can only live in somebody's shadow if that's all you casting, honey. You know what I'm saying? If you're only giving us shadow, then how are you supposed to pop out as 3-dimensional? How are you 4-dimensional? How are you supposed to pop out as your own person in this life when you haven't even figured out who you are? And of course, any relationship that you have is not going to work out. Why would any relationship that you have work out if you don't even know who you are? Child. Okay. But it was an okay episode. It was okay. I don't know if I felt like everything was clicking the way it should have. I don't know if I felt like they were being as receptive to Iyanla as they could have been. I think this episode left a lot to be desired. That's why, it's not a lot to talk about. But anyway, that's my thoughts on it. I hope that y'all enjoyed this impromptu review, and I will try to come to y'all tomorrow with something if I catch something, because I'm not home. I have to see if I can find a way to watch Married to Medicine or Insecure on my app or something like that. And if I do, I'll come to y'all and talk. But if not, I'll be home and we'll just start on Wednesday, and I'll just start posting, on Wednesday, everything that I've already missed. So I hope it's gonna be a lot of work, Jesus. But that's all right though. We gonna get through it. I love y'all. Oh, don't forget to check out the new Shop Soapy Luv video, you guys. Please go ahead. It's only 5 minutes long. Go ahead and check that out so you can hear about her handmade soaps and stuff like that. I give y'all all the details in the video, and I've been using her soaps while I've been here on our little small vacay, and I love it. So y'all check out that video, and I will see y'all in the next one. All right. Peace out. Oh my mama, oh my hood.